Welcome to Global Hub Updates. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. The tropical sun beat down on the turquoise waters of the West Philippine Sea, a deceptive calm. A lone Philippine supply boat chugged toward the BRP Sierra Madre, a grounded warship marking Philippine sovereignty at 2nd Thomas Shoal. Suddenly, white hulls appeared on the horizon. Chinese Coast Guard vessels, joined by a swarm of blue-hulled maritime militia boats, forming a blockade. Radio warnings blared in Mandarin and English, tension rising, but this time, two sleek gray silhouettes streaked across the waves, the new Alvarez-Class Patrol vessels of the Philippine Navy. The BRP Lolinato Tuong sliced between a Chinese cutter and the supply boat, a bold move that startled the Chinese formation. The message was clear: the Philippines was done with passive resistance. The Alvarez-class ships shielded the supply boat, weaving a protective screen and documenting every aggressive move. Filipino sailors stood firm, outnumbered but determined, wielding speed and resolve as their new advantage. This was more than a resupply, it was a declaration. The standoff dragged on under the blistering sun, but the dynamic had changed. The Chinese, used to intimidation, now faced a direct, agile counter. The large Chinese vessels hesitated, unable to corner the nimble patrol boats without risking escalation. For the first time in years, the Philippine Navy was not just a spectator, it was an active participant, pushing back and asserting its rights. The Alvarez-class presence forced China to reconsider its gray zone tactics. The world watched as the Philippines stood its ground. The era of silent endurance was over. A new chapter of active defense had begun. The West Philippine Sea would never be the same. The Alvarez-class patrol vessels mark a pivotal shift in Philippine naval strategy. Not massive warships, but fast, practical assets for the West Philippine Sea's daily skirmishes. Officially the Acero class, these ships are the Philippines' answer to China's relentless pressure. With speeds over 40 knots, they intercept threats, shadow larger vessels, and project presence across the archipelago. Armed with a 30mm Bushmaster II chain gun and 50 caliber machine guns, they outmatch the lightly armed vessels they face. Their mission to challenge China's narrative of uncontested control. The Alvarez class ensures every inch of Philippine waters remains defended. They are the frontline defenders, the quick reaction force. At sea, instead of waiting for expensive frigates, the Philippines deploys these cost-effective ships now. Quantity and agility over size. This is the new doctrine. The Alvarez class is a visible symbol of Philippine sovereignty and resolve. In the maritime chess game, these patrol boats are the right move. The Alvarez-class story begins in the United States as Cyclone-class patrol ships. Built in the 1990s for coastal patrols, they served the U.S. Navy before being transferred to allies. The Philippines, facing maritime challenges, received these ships through the U.S. Excess Defense Articles program. This allowed the Philippines to quickly acquire capable platforms at minimal cost. After refurbishment, the ships were renamed the Acero class, each honoring a Filipino Medal of Valor recipient. The BRP Jenner Tinangag and BRP Lolinato Tuong, for example, carry the legacy of national heroes. This renaming connects modern defense with Filipino courage and sacrifice. No longer just American surplus, these are now Filipino warships. The transformation symbolizes the enduring U.S.-Philippine alliance and shared commitment to a free Indo-Pacific. These ships carry both U.S. Navy experience and Filipino fighting spirit. As they patrol the West Philippine Sea, they are floating monuments to bravery. They write the next chapter in the Philippines' struggle for sovereignty. The Alvarez class is a bridge between past valor and future defiance. Alvarez-class patrol boats are the workhorses of the Philippine Navy, constantly at sea. Their main task, maritime domain awareness, tracking every vessel in the exclusive economic zone. This vigilance helps spot illegal fishing, smuggling, and China's gray zone fleets. Protecting Filipino fishermen is central. The presence of an Alvarez-class ship deters harassment and aggression. These ships enable fishermen to work safely in traditional grounds, vital for food security. They also interdict smugglers, enforce environmental laws, and escort vulnerable supply boats to remote outposts. Their speed is ideal for chasing down suspect vessels and supporting logistics. Every encounter with Chinese ships is documented, video and photos become powerful evidence. This documentation strengthens the Philippines' diplomatic and legal case internationally. In the information war, cameras are as crucial as cannons. The Alvarez class ensures the world sees the truth in the West Philippine Sea. They are sentinels, shepherds, and enforcers, guardians of the blue economy. Their presence is a lifeline for sovereignty. The gray zone is conflict below open warfare, coercion, intimidation, and provocation. China's Coast Guard and maritime militia swarm and pressure rivals without firing a shot. The Alvarez-class is the Philippines' answer, designed for this very environment. Small and agile, they can counter-swarm, disrupt formations, and assert presence without escalating to war. Their presence complicates Chinese aggression. Firing on a naval vessel is a risky escalation. These patrol boats give Filipino commanders options: stand firm without provoking all-out conflict. Persistence is key. Alvarez-class ships maintain a constant, rotating presence in contested areas. Every day they operate freely is a victory against China's campaign. They're not built to win a war in a day, but to win the long struggle by never backing down. The Alvarez-class is the embodiment of resilience in the gray zone. In the West Philippine Sea, the Alvarez-class's greatest asset is speed. At over 40 knots, they outmaneuver larger Chinese ships, dictating the terms of engagement. Speed allows them to document aggression, reposition rapidly, and avoid escalation. Their shallow draft lets them operate close to shore and around reefs, critical in the Philippine archipelago. Small size means they're less of a target and can take calculated risks. Low operational costs allow for more frequent patrols, sustaining a constant presence. This persistent engagement deters gray zone aggression better than rare appearances by larger warships. The Alvarez class is perfectly suited for the complex maritime environment of the West Philippine Sea. They are seaworthy yet nimble, embodying a philosophy where agility trumps size. The right tool for the right job, they give the Philippines a crucial edge. In this daily struggle, speed and adaptability are the ultimate weapons. The Alvarez class is a game changer, but not without limits. Built in the 1990s, these ships face increasing maintenance challenges as they age. Keeping them mission-ready requires constant effort and resources. Lightly armored, they're designed for patrol, not direct combat with heavily armed navies. Their survivability depends on speed and agility, not heavy protection. Their sensors and electronic warfare suites are dated, making them vulnerable to modern threats. They are effective in their niche, but not a silver bullet. The Alvarez class is a stopgap, one layer in a multi-layered defense. The Philippines still needs modern frigates, corvettes, and air defense for a credible deterrent. These patrol boats are brave frontliners, but they need a stronger military behind them. The Alvarez class does not sail alone. Alliances amplify their impact. The US is a key partner, providing overwatch, intelligence, and joint patrols. Australia, Japan, and Canada also increase cooperation, sharing expertise, and conducting joint exercises. Allied presence deters Chinese aggression, making escalation riskier for Beijing. These partnerships build capacity, training crews, sharing tactics, and enhancing interoperability. The Alvarez class is a platform for naval diplomacy, demonstrating the Philippines' commitment to collective security. Joint drills and exercises strengthen ties and readiness. The ships symbolize a networked security architecture in the Indo-Pacific. Their presence alongside Allied fleet showcases shared resolve. Defending a free and open sea is a collective responsibility, and the Philippines stands shoulder to shoulder with its friends. The Alvarez class marks a new era, but upgrades are essential to maintain their edge. Modernizing sensors, communications, and electronic warfare systems is a top priority. Adding short-range missiles could give these boats an asymmetric punch, boosting deterrence. As the Navy modernizes, the Alvarez class will anchor a tiered defense, frontline patrols complemented by larger warships and faster interceptors. This layered approach creates a flexible, resilient naval posture. Ultimately, the ship's effectiveness depends on the resolve of their crews and the nation's will. The Alvarez class symbolizes assertive sovereignty and unbreakable commitment. Continued investment in these ships and their crews signals the Philippines' determination to defend its waters. The future of the fleet is tied to the nation's enduring resolve for a free and open sea.